What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Uranus. He calls himself Jorge El Curioso, but we're curious about him because his name is actually Mariano. And he is, yes, he's the Uranus player in this game. A little bit of a swap as Ulysses decides to move away from the Uranus into Zeus here. A very interesting decision here from Ulysses, not going with Uranus here anymore. Ulysses is known for having one of the best Zeuses in Age of Mythology right now. He's definitely one of the players to look out for when you're trying to learn how to play Zeus. He's got incredible control of his economy and his military. And we'll see exactly what Ulysses is planning here. I think the reason we are seeing Ulysses going with Zeus here is potentially Zeus has got a fairly decent counter to Hades on this specific map. So maybe this is why Ulysses is going with Zeus. He was thinking about countering Mariano's Hades with Zeus, but instead he's met with Mariano's Uranus. So he's going to have to adapt to that if he was planning for something a little bit different here. Now, I do want to go into why Zeus is a little bit better against Hades here. Because a lot of people believe that Zeus is not a strong god against Hades because they're all playing it incorrectly. So the reason why Zeus is good on maps like this, where you have forward town centers, you've got exposed gold mines, all of this stuff, is because Zeus can advance quite fast enough that he can get himself out Hippocon with restoration to deny any sort of town center advance, any sort of town center going up. Because you get a Minotaur out, you have Bolt to take out the early Chiron, and it's simply put, a Hades player trying to get up a town center against Zeus, who's gone up at 402 or even faster, 348, it's just not possible because you've got Jason, Odysseus, Minotaur, and Bolt plus Hippocon coming in. It's not possible. So that forces the Hades player into a one town center game, which means that they are going to be basically playing at the whims of a potential Lightning Storm timing attack. So if the metagaming kind of progresses through to the very end point where Hades players realize they can't go for two town center because the Athena Hippocon are coming, so they stay one town center and then they go for their own Athena Hippocon, and then things get funny, and then the Zeus player eventually hits Mythic Age and wins on a gold mine push on these exposed gold mines with Lightning Storm. So that's where that comes from. But that's not the matchup we're looking at. We're looking at Zeus versus Uranus. Very different matchup. There are two strategies here which are decently strong here for Zeus. However, the meta strategy and the most safe strategy for Zeus players in this matchup is going to be going through Hermes and utilizing the Centaur. And getting lots of nice snipes. It's a very, very high APM strategy, very difficult to pull off. The better you are at Age of Mythology, the better this strategy becomes. So when you're trying to use it against at the lower levels, you can feel like it's not the best. And maybe the other strategy you might want to try, which is just a simple Athena rush, much easier to execute, much more safe. But conversely, the Athena rush, the better the Uranus player gets at playing Age of Mythology, the worse the Athena rush gets. So that's kind of how things go. But we'll see what's going to happen here. Mariano, haven't really seen a whole lot of his Uranus of late. So I'm interested to see what his plans are against the Zeus series as Ulysses. Is he getting himself out of Jason? Yes, he is. Very, very standard here. Going to be looking for the 339 advance time. A little bit delayed there as he doesn't quite have the resources. As Hermes is going to be coming in, the Jason will be coming out. Now, the thing that I recommend in this matchup, as it seems like this is a 4-minute advance time, a 4-minute hunting dogs attempt here from Mariano, but a little bit slower. The thing that I recommend in this matchup for Uranus players is actually just to go 430. I don't think the 4-minute advance time is necessary here in the slightest. You go 430. With the extra resources you gather, you simply just heroize your Oracle heroes to defend on this hunt, and you're good to go. Thank you for the prime there, Greedy Goblin. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. As the Jason going to be wandering forward, I'm going to start putting pressure onto these citizens. Now, this hurts even more to Mariano, as I mean, he can't defend this. The Hippocon not the Hippocon, the Katoskopos is here as well. And look at this Ulysses micro here that he's going to be able to do. Okay, he's not going for it. He could actually go full sweat, full try hard, and have sniped that Citizen by utilizing the Katoskopos here to body block. As you're going to see him attempt to do that here with his Katoskopos, now dropping in the middle of the Citizen there, as it's just simply going to be retreating back. Does not quite go for it there. So honestly, Mariano gets away with murder, so to speak. As we do see the Promethean coming in onto this position here, the Promethean able to distract enough to force the Citizen back. The Centaur is out to deal with that Promethean there. And Ulysses is off to the races. The unit's now sitting on this hunt. The Citizen going to be moving back over here, going to start grabbing that one as Mariano going to start being able to put some pressure onto Ulysses as he's going to be getting himself Sylvan Law. You still don't see that second military building up just yet here for Ulysses, as Ulysses does use the bolt there onto one of those Hero Murmillo, as the Hero Murmillo moving around onto this position, searching for those Centaur. Ulysses not paying attention there, does get slapped for 25 damage. Big amount of damage lost there for free, as Ulysses swings around here looking for someone to take out. I do think the best way to play here for Zeus a lot of the time is once you get your Odysseus and your Jason out, you actually send them both forward to attack the heroes, and you utilize your Centaur to try and take down the human units. You can get a lot of early game damage done there, but Ulysses, on the other hand here, is just simply going to retreat back home, going to jump onto his Hurtables for the time being. I imagine he might be thinking about grabbing the Walrus a little bit later. This is the safer play. Just sit back in your base, eat these hunts until you run out of Hurtables, or eat these Hurtables until you run out of Hurtables, and then move forward and eat your hunt a little bit later once you've got army to defend on that location there. As Ulysses, or Mariano, I should say, going for a raid on this position over here. Ulysses retreating back, not going to quite lose any villages here. Good play there from Ulysses to keep his units alive as the heroes coming over here to start defending. Centaur sitting in this temple waiting, watching as Ulysses about to get himself the 12 favors at 45 population. Mariano's at 54 population. As the army looking for something to raid at this moment. So we see another Terma coming in here. We'll be able to get some good damage done onto these units. He used it on a Terma. I think the most important thing, the best way to play this from the Centaur perspective is to, if you got an opportunity to, snipe the Murmillo. Obviously, sniping a Terma is completely fine and reasonable, but the highest value you can do is snipe those Murmillos. We do see the units now sitting on this position, looking for something to attack. He's got his oracles in position here. As units here getting chased down, especially with that Hippocon to chase down the Terma hero. It's going to be doing some nice damage there as well. As now we've got Ulysses, he's got his military academy, he's got his stable, he's got his Centaur coming out. He's in full swing here. So we now see Mariano going for a second town center. This is an interesting play here. I don't see this one all too often. We'll see if it's going to work. The problem with this is that Mariano probably not going to have the military to secure his middle Walrus here, and he might have to farm, which is going to slow him down quite a bit in this game. As the unit's still chasing this away, and we'll see what Ulysses is going to be able to figure out as the Katoskopos scouting around, just making sure he sees all the gold mines on the minimap and knows exactly what's going to be happening here. As the army coming through, going to be looking to take down some of these citizen in the main base. Mariano here, generally speaking, you don't get a whole lot of damage. That was a risky garrison there by Mariano, but he does manage to make it work. As more units coming through, we do see the Hero Terma going to be coming back here to deal with this as the army has to retreat back. Units coming in onto this position to start harassing the citizen, but there's already a full army ready to defend this as the town center is 100% going to be getting completed here. And now the question is going to be, does Ulysses take this opportunity to now move out onto his Walrus here and push for maybe like a heroic gauge type thing or upgrades or something like that? Or is he going to continue to be a little bit scared and safe here as his Centaur numbers are starting to get massed up? Now, there are still 3 shockwaves remaining here, I believe, for Mariano. So he can definitely snipe some of those Centaur down if he so chooses, but Like I said before, my one worry with this town center going up for Mariano is he's going to have to farm here. And while farming with Atlantean is not the worst thing in the world, it's much more efficient than every other civilization. But it's still farming, as Mariano still on top of these raids, those special attacks onto Citizen, just not that good. But these Citizen here, they're very much out in the open here, as we do see one hero Terma going to come in and get some damage done. If Ulysses figures this out, he can definitely snipe a Citizen on that location. As the army now for Ulysses starting to look to take down this town center, as the army is out of position, but the villagers here coming through, huge shockwave onto that location as the villagers are going to be getting taken down. That's 6 villager kills potentially here by Mariano. This is absolutely gigantic. They're retreating back. One villager looks like it will get back to safety there. Huge shockwave, but now there's no shockwave available to the Citizen, to the Centaur, as the army now going to start taking down this town center with the army out of position here for Mariano, who's going to have to pull all the way back. And the hoplites, how many has got here? 5 hoplites here, as the town center targeting down those hoplites first and foremost is really, really smart there to slow the damage down as best as he possibly can. But it does indeed look like this town center will be falling, as now Mariano going to try and take down some of these units here. Will he make a run for it with those Citizens? Yes, he does, as the Kyro Ballista are coming in to defend this. But is that a worthwhile trade here? As the Centaur in the middle of the map here starting to get taken down. We do see one Centaur snipe there as the Micro from Ulysses coming in as best as he possibly can, as Ulysses here going after these units here. But Mariano pulling back. He is not ready to take this fight, but Ulysses, 95 of 115 population, 32 villages. Mariano, 12 Citizen. So it's still, even after those 5 villager kills that Mariano got, and the fact he was on 2 town centers, it's still very, very close in terms of villager count here, as the units here from Mariano still getting sniped by those Centaur nicely. And Mariano just cannot take these fights. And he's also going to have to start farming here very, very shortly. Very, very shortly here. As the army now coming through, we are going to start seeing those Hero Terma chasing down the Centaur. We'll see if Ulysses' Micro can cut this one out, as he does lose one Centaur over on this position. The units here chasing those Hero Mamilla down as best as they possibly can. Can Ulysses win this fight is the big question. Good garrison Micro there from Mariano to continue to chase away those Centaur as best as he possibly can. And it does look like Ulysses here, he has to retreat back. Good fight there for Mariano there, as another Centaur does look like it falls. Good play from Mariano. Really nice job there. Ulysses Micro a little bit lackluster in that fight, if you ask me, as generally speaking, he's going to be able to get much more value out of those Centaur than he actually did there. Not only that, those Kyro Ballista have really, really helped out in that fight, as Ulysses could not quite get his Hippocon to target those down, and Mariano wins that fight quite handedly there, as the Centaur looking for something to find here, something to attack. But here's the thing, right? We see Ulysses in the middle of the map. He's doing, I'm not sure if he's doing this on purpose. Well, he obviously is doing it on purpose. But I feel like the reason he's on these berry bushes is because he doesn't want to farm, but he also doesn't want to give away that he's not farming, if that makes any sense. Because if he goes onto the walrus here, and Mariano can scout that out by utilizing some through Fog of War sneaky shenanigans. Thank you for the tier 1 People Declaw. Appreciate you, my friend. As he does see the villagers out on this position now, as Ulysses is going to have to take this fight. We do see the Centaur getting chased around now by those Hero Mamillas. They're not even on this fight in the middle of the map here. Can these Kyro Ballista deal with the hoplites throughout? The villagers getting pulled off of the food line there, chasing those Kyro Ballista away, as we do see Ulysses' Centaur coming in to get a little bit of damage. And he does have to be still careful about those Hero Mamillo. Is the Centaur going to be able to take down all of the non-Hero Mamillo here? The just standard ones, as it does look like Mariano here. He's fallen down to 102 population. Ulysses is at 107 population here, as the Kyro Ballistas retreating back. Ulysses utilizing the villagers in this fight here nicely is going to be a huge advantage to potentially push in onto the gold mine of Mariano. Now Mariano needs to defend this gold mine, and he's placed his farm stand. He's thrown down another military barracks. He's got 91 population remaining. There's plenty of centaur here. We do not see a shockwave here either, as Ulysses is deciding it's time to full send here with the villagers moving forward Skadi style, but Mariano doesn't even want to see it, as he does decide to tap out here in this game. Mariano going for that second town center, going for that raid on the villagers here. Beautiful raid, got 5 villagers, but Ulysses took the opportunity there to say, look, I can just take your town center down. I think the lesson to be learned here by players who want to go for second town centers as Oranos is maybe, just maybe, to start placing buildings preemptively around the town center to defend it. Place more buildings down to defend it. And once you leave, your opponent has to kill off the buildings and kill off before they kill off the town center. So my idea here would be potentially, if at all possible, to throw, if you really want to get this town center up, to throw military barracks, armory, manor around your town center to prevent this one from going down. But I'm not sure if there's enough resources for that, in all honesty. But Ulysses gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. We got a game number 3. And if you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.